Hey there again, it is Swarthy Daisy with Kinfolk Chat. And in this video, we're going to take a look at my updated Native American DNA results through yourdnaportal.com. And I went ahead and upgraded my results. And this is the Native American chromosynthesis test. It includes 3 different tests. One is the Native American genome-wide, Native American ancient, and Native American modern. Here I'm going to allow my digital assistant to read the overview of what this test is about.
Chromosynthesis is an excellent tool for capturing even the most distant ancestry. Each chromosome contains unique information and can have a very different autosomal profile. Usually the first 10 chromosomes are the most relevant, while the last 2 are less informative. A small percentage, 1% of a chromosome equals approximately 0.045% of the entire autosome. By analyzing each chromosome, we can reveal both a deeper and more detailed ancestry than other tests. Speculative. Results. Speculative. This test analyzes your chromosomes in fine detail, including even very small and distant results. The smallest value is 6.25%. Although it is relevant, it is not as conclusive as the conservative setting. Conservative. Results. Conservative. This test offers a concise analysis of your chromosomes with a 4-part division of 25%.
According to these tests, Native American ancestry shows up on chromosomes 1, 16, and 17. The Oxford Dictionary defines Native American as a member of any of the indigenous peoples of North, Central, and South America. Starting with genome-wide results, we see here on chromosome 1, speculative results. It shows Native American, and it shows here proxy for Native American populations. Next, jumping over to chromosome 16, again, speculative results shows Native American. Moving on to chromosome 17, we see here again Native American. Now we'll go to our next set, which is the ancient set. In chromosome 1, speculative results show ancient Central American. So let's go ahead and hear about that group.
Ancient Central American. As a cultural area, Mesoamerica, or Central America, is defined by a mosaic of cultural traits developed and shared by its indigenous cultures. Beginning as early as 7000 BC, the domestication of cacao, maize, beans, tomato, avocado, vanilla, squash, and chili, as well as the turkey and dog, resulted in a transition from Paleo-Indian hunter-gatherer tribal groupings to the organization of sedentary agricultural villages. In the subsequent formative period, agriculture and cultural traits such as a complex mythological and religious tradition, a vigesimal numeric system, a complex calendric system, a tradition of ball playing, and a distinct architectural style were diffused through the area. Also in this period, villages began to become socially stratified and develop into chiefdoms. Large ceremonial centers were built, interconnected by a network of trade routes for the exchange of luxury goods, such as obsidian, jade, cacao, cinnabar, spondylus shells, hematite, and ceramics, while Mesoamerican civilization knew of the wheel and basic metallurgy. Neither of these became technologically relevant. The history of human occupation in Mesoamerica is divided into stages or periods. These are known, with slight variation depending on region, as the Paleo-Indian, the Archaic, the Pre-Classic, or Formative, the Classic, and the Post-Classic. The last 3 periods, representing the core of Mesoamerican cultural fluorescence, are further divided into 2 or 3 subphases. Most of the time following the arrival of the Spanish in the 16th century is classified as the colonial period. Among the earliest complex civilizations was the Olmec culture, which inhabited the Gulf Coast of Mexico and extended inland and southwards across the Isthmus of Tehuantepec. Frequent contact and cultural interchange between the early Olmec and other cultures in Chiapas, Oaxaca, and Guatemala laid the basis for the Mesoamerican cultural area. All this was facilitated by considerable regional communications in ancient Mesoamerica, especially along the Pacific coast. During this formative period, distinct religious and symbolic traditions spread, as well as the development of artistic and architectural complexes. In the subsequent pre-classic period, complex urban polities began to develop among the Maya, with the rise of centers such as Aguada Phoenix and Calakmul in Mexico, El Mirador, and Tikal in Guatemala, and the Zapotec at Monte Alban. During this period, the first true Mesoamerican writing systems were developed in the Apyolmec and the Zapotec cultures. The Mesoamerican writing tradition reached its height in the classic Maya syllabic script. Mesoamerica is one of only 3 regions of the world where writing is known to have independently developed, the others being ancient Sumer and China. In central Mexico, the city of Teotihuacan ascended at the height of the classic period. It formed a military and commercial empire whose political influence stretched south into the Maya area and northward. Upon the collapse of Teotihuacan around 600 AD, competition between several important political centers in central Mexico, such as Xochicalco and Cholula, ensued. At this time, during the AP Classic period, the Nahua peoples began moving south into Mesoamerica from the north and became politically and culturally dominant in central Mexico, as they displaced speakers of Otomanguean languages. During the early post-classic period, central Mexico was dominated by the Toltec culture, and Oaxaca by the Mixtec. The lowland Maya area had important centers at Chichen Itza and Mayapan. Towards the end of the post-classic period, the Aztecs of central Mexico built a tributary empire covering most of central Mesoamerica.
Now we'll look at chromosome 16 speculative results, ancient Gran Chaco.
Ancient Gran Chaco. The Chaco was occupied by nomadic peoples, notably the various groups making up the Guaycuru, who resisted Spanish control, often with success, of the Chaco from the 16th until the early 20th centuries. The indigenous Gran Chaco people consist of approximately 35 tribal groups in the Gran Chaco of South America, because, like the Great Plains of North America, the terrain lent itself to a nomadic lifestyle. There is little to no archaeological evidence of their prehistoric occupation. Contributing to this near absence of archaeological data is the lack of suitable raw material for stone tools or permanent construction, and soil conditions that are not conducive to the preservation of organic material. The actual cultural area of the Gran Chaco peoples differs from that of the geographic Gran Chaco. The northwestern boundary of the cultural area is the Parapeti River and the marshes of the Banadas de Izazog Depression, beyond which were the lands of the cultural unrelated Chane and Chiriguano. The cultural boundaries have not been static, even during historical times. In the late 17th century, the area expanded to the east across the Paraguay River. When the Mbaya invaded the lands between the Apa River and the Miranda River in Mato Grosso do Sul province in Brazil, the tribal groups of the Gran Chaco fall into 6 language families. Matacone languages are Mataco-Maca, Wichi languages, Koro languages, Navacle languages, and the Maca language. Guaycuran languages, Lule-Villalel languages, Musqueam languages, Zamucone languages, Tupi-Guarani languages.
And once again, chromosome 17 speculative results, we see ancient Gran Chaco. And lastly, here for the modern results, we have Wichi, Argentina.
Wichi, Argentina. The Wichi are an indigenous people of South America. They are a large group of tribes ranging about the headwaters of the Bermejo River and the Pilcomayo River in Argentina and Bolivia. Wichi are the most widely spoken languages of the Matacone language family. Wichi have traditionally lived from hunting, fishing, and basic agriculture.
So with this considered, I went ahead and pulled up my 24 genetics results, and we see I have ancestry in the Americas, and specifically with the Belize Garifuna people. I went ahead and looked that up.
People of mixed free African and indigenous American ancestry that originated in the Caribbean island of St. Vincent and speak Garifuna, an Arawakan language, and Vincentian Creole. Arawak, Arawak, also known as Lacano. Lacano Dayan, literally peoples talk by its speakers, is an Arawakan language spoken by the Lacano, Arawak people of South America and eastern Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. It is the eponymous language of the Arawakan language family.
So that's it for this video. I just wanted to take a deeper look into the My DNA Portal results. As we discussed at the beginning of the video, this service dissects the chromosomes and allows you to see smaller traces of DNA that they're picking up, which I think is super cool. I made sure to link the video that I created before where I looked at some of my Russian and Bering Strait results that I received through the Russian ancestry through several tests. I'm just doing this to see if we all can come together and figure out how we can better trace our ancestry and the story of our ancestors as they relate to our journey and our existence today. So please make sure to leave a comment. Let me know if you think I'm on track or not, or if you have any other comments regarding this research. Also, make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share this video. And I'll make sure to see you guys in the next one. I'm going to continue to update as I receive the updates as well. So stick around and subscribe, like I said, and you'll be able to see my future videos and research. So once again, this is Swarthy Daisy with Kinfolk Chat, and I'll see you in the next one.